Warning, the following video is a parody of the Everything Wrong With series of videos by CinemaSins. Most viewpoints and opinions shared are not intended to be taken seriously since they do not reflect my actual opinions on the game. So without any more delays, time for me to make fun of one of the most nostalgic games of all time to me, and without a doubt, millions of other people out there in the world, and I hope you enjoy the video. No option for a singles tennis match anywhere? That's a bit strange, don't you think? This clone literally does everything I do in perfect sync, aside from serving the ball since only one person can serve at a time. And since you can put as many of them as you want in any match, you can literally just set up a single player split screen game by having all 4 players be the Mii that you are using. Admittedly kind of funny, but what even is the point of this? No skill level points can be gained from playing against yourself, and you essentially have to keep looking left and right on the screen just to keep your eyes on the ball if all you're trying to do is keep a rally going for fun. Also, how are these tennis players even serving the ball? They don't even have arms. And trust me, we will be seeing a bunch of Mii limbs just randomly vanishing from existence temporarily when we get to the other sports in the game, and there's literally no explanation as to how or why this even happens. Mii sometimes have arms and legs, and other times, they just don't. Or on some occasions, have one, but not the other. Is there a theory out there on how Miis can just randomly lose their arms and legs, and then just summon them back onto their bodies immediately? Like that? I genuinely want to know what people could come up with for an answer. Considering Wii Sports was my first exposure to playing tennis in any way, shape or form, you can imagine how confused I was when I played tennis in real life, hit the ball towards the edge of the court, and it counted as the opponent's point. Because in normal tennis, the side of the court count as the ball being out. But honestly, I prefer tennis IRL the Wii Sports way. Do you feel the same? Okay, so not only do the players on the field lose their leg privileges, but they also lack arms. I can accept the fact that the tennis players can hold the racket, but I don't see a single hand on any of the fielders, and they are carrying their gloves, which only requires one hand. So what happens when a fielder does get the ball and throws it to get an opposing player out? Well, they throw it with their invisible hand? What? I would also swing the bat without the use of arms. You know what? I'll just add 4 more sins here for that, because every sport does that, and it's honestly kind of strange when you really think about it. And to address the elephant in the room, aren't you meant to run after you hit the ball, not when one of the fielders grabs it, and then the announcer announces how far the batter has to run depending on how long it takes for said fielder to grab said ball? So I can literally itch the inside of my head with the bat if I wanted to. Either that's very convenient for the batter, or just very painful for everyone else to watch. Or possibly... Actually, no, for sure. It's both of those. What the... Is that... Meg Griffin? What the heck is she doing here in my Wii Sports game? And it looks like I'm the other one who applied for leg privileges in this bowling alley today. For some reason. Ripperoni to the Miis who are on the same lane as me, because unlike every other lane in this building, since I'm playing bowling with just one player, these guys literally have to wait until my game is over just for their turn. Either that, or they take their turns off screen and it just immediately cuts to my next frame of the game and I'm just thinking of the worst case scenario. This just hurts to watch when it happens. That's all for this sin. This is a really useful shortcut on hole 3 if you manage to hit the ball with just enough power to reach it without overshooting it. But in context of the world, how does my Mii manage to get up this hill and reach the spot? I don't see him equipped with any gear which could help him climb up this mountain or help him get back down after he takes his next swing. A similar question is raised in hole 6 because each strip of the course you have to hit the ball towards to progress on this hole is separated by a flowing lake. I don't see a boat anywhere, so how does my Mii get from here to here? So the reason why my right hand in this clip is stuck pointing up is because the only nunchuck I own right now is unfortunately a bit faulty. I was able to find a spot and angle to hold the nunchuck where I could throw punches without it disconnecting when I recorded the training minigames for this video, but prior to starting a boxing match or a training round, the game requires you to connect the nunchuck in order to play. but if the nunchuck disconnects at any time during the gameplay, the game does not automatically pause and tell you to reconnect it, meaning you'll either have to use the Wii Remote to pause the game yourself to reconnect your nunchuck, or try to in my case, or you could just do what I did here for a goof and just use one hand to fight. To be honest, I did this out of pity for Ryan here, since he's the first Mii you go up against, so as you can assume, he's very easy to take down. I for sure would not recommend doing this for later fights however, unless you're doing a self-imposed challenge for your own YouTube video, which I'd honestly be very interested to see someone try at some point. Wii Boxing one-arm challenge. Someone get out there and do it. This shot on the screen is very close to my face, but I don't see a camera anywhere. Who's filming this match and getting these shots? Instead of a tennis ball launcher for the tennis training minigames, Alyssa here has an infinite supply of balls, which sounds like a search term you should probably never Google in your life. And also, she just pulls every ball out of thin air. I don't see a bucket full of tennis balls anywhere on this court.
We need to build a wall.
So, Wii Sports has many hidden Easter eggs you can trigger to alter the sport you are playing in either a minor or a major way. Like, in bowling, by pressing a button on the Wii Remote's D-pad when the screen fades to black, you can change what colour bowling ball you will be playing with for the round. Or in golf, by holding down the 2 button while selecting what holes you would like to play on, it will disable the map, swing meter, and wind speed, providing the player with a more challenging experience if that's what they are looking for. But something that you can only find in power throws is this red bowling pin, which cannot be accessed in any way in normal bowling, which kinda sucks because we can play on the blue tennis court by holding down 2 in tennis, so why can't we do the same for this one bowling pin? What? What was that? Did I just set off a bomb somewhere around this bowling alley? Did the explosion come from under the lane and let out some kind of shockwave which knocked down all these pins? Why else would every bowling pin just randomly topple over like this? Also, I see a button on the left and right sides of the lane. Who out of everyone in the Mii universe set this idea for what is essentially a secret strike up, tested it, and managed to get it approved for this bowling alley? Wait. Is that Matt? With hair on his head? This just makes me upset Nintendo has never done something like tell a story of Matt's rise to the top, which leads to the present day, and him now passing down his knowledge and training regimen to us. None of these punching bags we knock down flies through the window or breaks the glass. Or, what could have been the coolest idea imaginable, Matt throws away, in rapid succession, any punching bag that flies in his direction. He can throw tennis balls at a fast rate the same way Alyssa can. I don't see why he can't do the same with these punching bags. Nintendo, you know Matt is a Giga Chad. Make him more like one. Matt is more than just a boxing champion and trainer. He is an icon we should all look up to and remember for years to come. And if I find myself doing an Everything Wrong with Wii Sports Resort video in the future, then we will, for sure, see him again.